Okay, my name is Allison Martin. I'm a senior biochemistry student here at SUNY Fredonia, and I'm here for TriBeta to present this seminar on how to do citations, literature searches, and how not to plagiarize. So today, what we will cover is, as I said, how to do a search for reference material, how to format your citations, and how to not plagiarize. Very important. Okay, so searching for references. When you're writing your paper, there are two fast and easy things that you can always cite, always use as a reference. Number one is your textbook. I have cited my textbook in pretty much every lab course, and it's always acceptable. It's there for a reason. You can also cite your lab manual or any lab handouts you have from the professor. You would cite that with the professor's name as the author, the title of the handout, and then say SUNY Fredonia. That's the publishing, the year. But that's always acceptable to cite as reference material. Personally, I use the lab manual or the lab handouts, especially when I'm citing information about the methods or the materials, because all of that information is given to you in that source. Okay, so that's fast and easy. Then we go to primary literature. Okay. Now, what is primary literature? Ramses, any ideas?
I have no idea, actually.
Shame on you. Anybody else?
I guess that would be material written by the scientist who came up with it.
Amazing, yes. Primary literature in the sciences is anything written to give the public information about a scientist's new work. Any results, any data, any theories, anything like that that is published for the first time ever. Okay? So, journal articles, books, patents, etc., sharing new information. That is our definition of primary literature. Okay? Some examples. Here is a primary literature source from Dr. Ferguson. Okay, Dr. Ferguson's paper on Tor signaling in the fruit flies or software. Here's one from Dr. Quintine, one from Dr. Lee, one from Dr. Medler, Dr. Titus, and Dr. Wigdal. All of your professors have primary literature that they have written, right? Along with many other people. Anybody who has a PhD has published at a bare minimum one piece of primary literature. It is a requirement for earning a PhD. So all of your professors have written a primary literature article at some point. So this is what papers look like generally when you see them. So how do we find it? How do we find our primary literature? Step one, always go to Google Scholar. It is the best, easiest, fastest resource out there, and it gets better every year. It's really amazing. And then we search. So you search on Google Scholar just like you search on regular Google. So here, just for funsies, I put in a search for penguins. Okay. Now this came up with all sorts of interesting things. I learned something in doing this. I didn't know penguins were a thing in physics. Apparently they are. Could have shocked you. Whatever. Anyway. Okay, so you do your search. You put in whatever term you want. All right. So you're talking about Pseudomonas, or you're talking about fruit flies, you're talking about whatever. Search for it, it'll pop up. And right there on the side, you'll see these links for a PDF or an HTML. If you click on that link, to this PDF link right here, you're going to get the PDF paper. Full thing, for free, right there. Very easy, right? If you click on that, blow your mind, huh? If you click on the HTML link, it'll take you typically to the journal website. So this is for PNAS. And so here's the full-length article, but it's not formatted the same way. You still have the whole thing, it's just not formatted. But right here, arrow, we have a link for the PDF. Most of the HTML sites will also link to a PDF, so don't worry about it. It's there. All right, so what if the link's not there? So we've got this one down here, so I want to read about this, but that link isn't there. What do you think?
on to the library, school.
Very good. First thing, you log onto the school's internet. You can do this in any computer. Alright, and, well, full text of your library. If you click on this, it'll take you to the library's website and direct you through a couple of steps to log in, and then it's there. I'll give you the full thing. If it's still not there, there's no PDF, there's no HTML, there's no link to the library. Very important. If this is the night before your paper is due, skip it. Move on. There are more papers out there that you can find. However, if this is interesting and you planned ahead and you have time to wait, time to search, then you go to the library. Okay? We don't actually have to physically go to the library. The library has a website. Right? So you can do this all from your computer at home. Now, you can search the catalog, but that'll only give you the same things that show up in the full text of the library links. So that's going to give you pretty much the same thing. You can also do an interlibrary loan. This link right here on the library website, when you click on that, it takes you here. Well, there'll be a different page, but so you click on this link right there, and it comes up with this form. You fill it all in, and the library will send the article to you. Okay, the full PDF. Okay, so, yay, 24 or 48 hours is generally what I see when I do this. But they'll email it to you, you download it, good to go. Super, right? Oh, lots of premium. It's all there. Okay, so how do you cite it? Two options. Now, when you ask your professors how to cite things, what do they say? Two things that they say.
I don't care, just be consistent.
Oh.
Am I right? Yeah.
Okay, so if they say you can use any format, just be consistent, then we're gonna go right back to Google Scholar, okay? Easiest thing to do is you go right here below the entry for your paper and it has little buttons that says cite. Click on it, and there's a citation. It gives you three different formats, MLA, APA, or Chicago. You pick whichever one you want, same one all the time. I usually go at the top because it's automatically highlighted. And then you copy and paste it. Done. Done, right? Easy. It's very consistent. It will never change. And if that's all I care about, that's all you need to do. What else do professors say? I don't think you guys have gotten there. Yeah? Go ahead.
Well, I've had a professor say, like, cited from the lab manual, how the lab manual shows it, or some weird
Okay.
journal.
Yep.
They say mimic a citation style
Mm-hmm.
from a journal.
Whatever journal format. Okay. You see this and you go, I don't know what the format is. What the hell do I do? Like, you go and look online and it's buried 15 pages deep in the journal's website and you don't know how to find it. Don't worry about it. Alright? Easy. Zotero. I just learned about this program very recently. And I got it, and it is amazing. Zotero is free. Alright? It's very, very easy. It saves all of your references and the PDFs. It exports those references for bibliography. Very easy. And you will do it in any citation format you want. Okay. It comes, when you download this, it comes with several already, so if yours is in there, great, you don't have to do anything more. If yours is not in there, there's just a very quick download new format, download new style. It'll take you to their website, you pick the one you want. It goes in.
So, sorry, like the New England Journal of Medicine that intro students are using, you can just download that format and then it will make your citations for you.
Yeah.
So we just put in, like, that New England Journal of Medicine, and then it'll show how to cite it.
It'll walk you through all the steps to pull it down. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into a lot of the details of this because this site has all of their how-to videos online, so you can watch those and check it out. I will say, if you download this, once you download it, you'll have this little icon in your browser window, okay, right by the website address. So when you're looking at a paper, so you've got it open to the PDF, you've got it open to the journal page, this little link will be here, so you just click on it. So you save it here, and then save it. You have to remember to click it, but once you click it, it's there. Right, and you can export your libraries and all of that. Yeah, so this is super, this is the best thing I've found in a long time for doing citations, and it makes everything really easy. So, no stressful, I don't format. Okay, so what should they look like? Now, I just want to talk about the general form of citations for a minute. So for in-text citations, you have two options. What is it? What does it look like?
Numbers.
Numbers?
Names.
Names. Number or names. Very good. Okay, but your bibliography formatting must match. Okay. So going back to our professor's papers, here's one from Dr. Lee that's got numbers in, and here's one from Dr. Titus with names in. Now, I want you to know something. Dr. Lee's here, we've got 11, 18, and then 14. All at the beginning of the paper. What order do you think the bibliography, the references at the end, are going to be in?
Alphabetical.
All right, so when the numbers are not in order when you read, then the bibliography will be alphabetical. You can do it the other way around. You can make all of the numbers in order, and then these in the order of the numbers, but then this won't be alphabetical. Okay. Two options. Either one is fine, unless your professor says journal of blah, and then whatever the journal is. But there you go. Easy, easy, easy. Now, Dr. Titus's, we've got names in here. So when there's names, how does the bibliography have to be ordered? Alphabetical, right? Of course. All right. Always, always. No problem, right? Okay. So we've gone over what is primary literature, how to find it, how to cite it. Pause. Do we have any questions?
So that's Zotero,
Mhm.
does that have all the formats for the different, you save your.
So when you first download it, it will save the citation, save all of the information about the citation.
Okay, I see, and then you go ahead
And
and
then
type in.
you export, when you want to make a bibliography, you select all of the references you want, and you do like a right click and export, and it will export, it'll ask you, it'll pop a little thing, ask you what format you want.
Okay.
Does the Zotero, do you download, does it give you the option to download right where you can export, or if you don't find it, then you have to like exit out, download your format so it pops up on that list?
Right, if you don't, so if your format is not in there the first time you go to do it, then yes, you back out of that, you cancel it, cancel the export, and then you, let me think about this. It's in the settings. You go in the settings and you say download new format, and it'll take each of their websites.
When you downloaded Zotero, did you have to have a software on your desktop too? Because some people have that issue, like if you're running a Mac sometimes you might have to download the software. It's free still.
It's free still. Okay, so Zotero has a standalone, that they call it, that can be on your desktop. But there's also just a browser interface. You can do either one, you can do both. The browser interface is the minimum. You need that to interact with whatever you're looking at online. If you just do that, it will save it to a cloud. It saves it to the cloud anyway. Right? You sign up, you register for an account, right? So you've got a screen in there and it saves your library in the cloud. But if you want to have it on your desktop, you need the standalone. But I've only used it on Windows PCs. So I don't know about the Macs. I think they work, but I haven't tried it myself. So,
I have one more question.
yes.
So the website, when you're when you click that little thing on the URL bar, it will only save the document if it's accessible, or will it save the page you're on? You know what I mean? So if you're on a page that says you have to log into the journal to access the paper.
Excellent question, yes. Okay, so if you're looking at our article and it's just the abstract, just the beginning, and there's no free PDF, you can still hit Zotero, it will save the citation, and it will save a snapshot of the website.
Oh.
Then if you go get the article from somewhere else, say from the interlibrary loan, you can go back later and upload the PDF into Zotero.
Oh. That is like blowing my mind. That's really handy. It is so.
It's really handy because it saves it, and as I said, it's in the cloud, so I have my Zotero at my computer at home, and I save everything there, but then if I need to look something up when I'm here, I can go to the computer and just use the web browser and pull it down out of the cloud. Any of it, the PDFs, all of it. Yeah. Super. This is my favorite, research toy.
Weekly obsession.
Yeah. Okay,
Cool.
so, go back to here. Okay, any more questions? Awesome. All right, so now, very important, how not to plagiarize. This was something I had some issues with initially myself when I started writing lab reports. And I think a lot of the problem is that people don't always realize what plagiarism is. So, what is plagiarism?
Passing off work that you did not do as your own.
Okay, good. And that's the general idea we all think of. Here's a little bit from plagiarism.org. Didn't know there was a website, did you? Plagiarism.org, so 101. So yes, to steal or pass off any words or ideas that are not your own. To use anybody else's productions, literary theft. It sounds so serious, right? You think, I'd never do that. But even though plagiarism is always serious, and you don't think you're doing it, sometimes you do it accidentally. So copying words or ideas, and this thing here, ideas, is the big thing. Okay. When you're writing a lab report, for example, you're not writing primary literature. Generally, you didn't do all of the experiments, get all of the ideas on your own. Right, so you have to say where you learned that information. I can write a lab report about penguins, but if I've never met the penguin, all I know about penguins are what I've read, right? What I've seen in movies. So, copying, always changing words, but copying the sentence structure is also a thing that people don't think about. And this is a big problem for me. Still is a big problem for me. I will read something, and I remember things pretty well. So I read something, and I put it aside because I don't want to copy it. I'm not trying to copy it, but I'll start typing, and my brain automatically types the same thing. Right? So I have to stop and think and change the sentence in my head. I have to rewrite it before I can explain it on paper. So, simply saying that you borrowed something, simply saying where you got the information is enough. That's okay. It's okay to say somebody else's information so long as you give them credit for it. And don't use the same words. Okay, so 3 easy rules. My personal 3 easy rules to avoiding plagiarism. Number 1, never, never, never copy and paste. Ever. Quotation, once you're in scientific writing, we don't quote things. That doesn't happen. So quotation marks don't make it okay. Just don't do it. No copy and paste. All right, number 2, do not type with the source open in front of you. So if I'm looking at a website for my information or I have a printed paper, I'll read it, and I'll look at the information, and I'll put it aside, or I'll close the window. And I'll think about it and think what I want to say to summarize that idea. I type that idea, and I might go back and look at it, but never do I sit there with it right there and type and look and type and look. Because if I do that, I'll plagiarize without thinking about it. Okay. So very important. And number 3, for every idea, you ask yourself, did I discover this? Did I invent this? Is this mine? Is this the product of my own brain? If it's not, you have to find a citation. Okay? That's it. So, when in doubt, cite. When I first started writing lab reports here at Fredonia, I would have maybe one citation at the end of every paragraph. And it would be the same citation for all of the ideas there, but it's, one citation. Now when I write a paper, I have 30, 40, 50 citations, right? And so it changes as you go along. So in intro, biology, it's having 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 citations is fine, because you're getting all of your information from 1 or 2 or 3 places. That's okay. Once you get into the upper levels, you use many more.
Yeah, I don't know if you recall a few slides back when she was showing Dr. Lee's, there were 2 numbers in parentheses at the end of one sentence. That one sentence required 2 different citations because there were thoughts from 2 different people. It was impressive, but it was one of the ones you circled, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
14 and 15?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 14
Yeah,
and
14, 15. See, that one sentence right there required 2 citations.
Yep.
So it's okay, he's giving credit,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, but this is a good example. So he has one sentence here and there's one citation. And then 2 sentences and a citation. And
14, 15.
1 more sentence and 2 citations. This is what my papers do now. Every sentence is another citation. Maybe I might repeat the same one, so here's 14, 15 and here's 14, 15 again. That's okay. Right? But every idea that's not yours, you have to give credit to somebody else. Okay, so, and remember, you can always cite your textbook. And especially when you're beginning, that's the best place. Most of the ideas are in your textbook or the lab manual, right? Very easy. That will be most of it, actually. And you can always cite as much primary literature as you want. Can we cite our best friend's Twitter account?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. If you're talking about what your best friend said in their Twitter, is it a good idea?
No.
No, because if you're talking about your best friend's Twitter posts,
You're not writing
you're not
science.
writing science.
What if I'm talking about random Twitter?
Well, if you know my Twitter, you know there's no science.
There's no science in your Twitter. Yeah.
I'm talking about pentatonics, so.
Right. So you really can cite almost anything, but not all things are appropriate. Okay. If I'm talking about cancer pathways and causes and treatments, and I cite something from Wikipedia, not okay. Right? If I cite something from Twitter, it's not okay. But because it doesn't connect. Right? I have to say where I got the information, and I didn't get that information from Twitter or from Wikipedia. So just remember, cite all the things. Always. Okay. Any more questions?
What if you were to use Wikipedia to get your ideas started?
Very good.
What do you do then?
Well, you use Wikipedia, and if it's a good Wikipedia, I use Wikipedia all the time. I use it to find the basic background information. But any good Wikipedia article, and especially good science ones, will have links. It will have its own references. So then you go to the references that Wikipedia has, and you look at those papers. Right? Those papers you can reference. Those are fine.
Yeah, it's like the problem with Wikipedia is that anyone can edit it. And anyone can write whatever they want in that. And
Yeah.
They don't necessarily need to have permission from anyone.
But if it is referenced, then that's okay.
Yeah.
I use Wikipedia to find keywords, if you're
Mhm.
looking at a topic that, some keyword that goes with your topic that you can then search in Google Scholar, I use it for that.
Excellent point. Yes, when I'm trying to find things and I don't know much about it, I'll go to Wikipedia first, learn a little bit, and then I go to Google Scholar and it tells me what I should search for.
And by doing that, you're basically also fact checking Wikipedia, because if you're reading a blurb to get oriented on the topic, and you go to find primary literature and it doesn't exist, you know that the Wikipedia was lying to you because that research was never performed.
Any other questions? No? All right, before we stop, I want to do something real quick, and just for funsies. Okay, so Scholar, ooh.
You delete it though.
I can't type sometimes, can you tell? All right, Google Scholar. Okay, so let's search for something. What do you guys want to search for?
What lab are you guys in? So we can use some of you guys.
Search for math science.
Are you in cell molecular? Do transformation, like bacterial transformation.
All right, first thing we get is DNA uptake. Is that what you guys are doing? Cloning? Yep. Okay. So click right there, DNA uptake. So this one talks about competent bacteria. You guys mentioned that, right? Able to take up exogenous DNA from somewhere else, and undergo genetic transformation. So this is good. This is like a review article, right? So your reviews. And so this is talking about how the bacteria does that. That's good. It's a nice article. All right, so I could save as. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you guys know this, when you are looking at a PDF and you wiggle your mouse down here, you can save it or print it. Let's come on. Okay, so yeah, this would be a good thing to reference. All right, so if we wanted to reference that, we'd come back here and hit cite. There it is. Easy peasy.
And then so for you guys, Zotero will be perfect because Dr. Lee wants you guys to cite with New England Journal of Medicine format. And so notice if she hits cite, New England Journal of Medicine format is not there. So that right there, you can't just kind of take it. However, you had Zotero, you can download that form.
There would be a little link right here.
Yep, and then you would click on it, and then Zotero can make your New England Journal of Medicine citation format.
Does it do an in-text citation too, or did we do that ourselves?
Well, since New England is numbered, you can easily number it in text.
Okay.
It's very simple with New England Journal of Medicine.
Okay.
To answer your question, no, it doesn't like to do the in-text citation, but generally if you're doing that, it's only the last name of the first author and the year, so it's not too hard to type those out. All right.
And
Well-
if it has multiple authors, you write the Latin et al, which means et al, and the year.
All right, so something interesting that I think too is you can judge how important an article is by looking here. So this says cited by. So other people, other papers have cited this first article 424 times. It's a lot, right? 152, 116, 96. Right, so very new articles will have lower numbers, of course, right? But it gives you an idea how important it is. So this would be a really good paper.
How about Watson and Crick's DNA? I'm
That we
curious.
could find out.
Huh?
That we could find out.
Yeah, I wonder how many citations it has. Because they proposed a structure. Whoa. Wait, but is that the original?
This one,
Yeah, look at that one. That's it's a beautiful paper.
Yep.
Because it's like short and.
Is it like a page in it?
Yeah, it's like a page
Ooh.
and a half.
That's,
oh, in Japanese, no.
Still cited 10,000.
Yeah, in Japanese is cited 10,000.
Let's click there,
Is that
okay.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
oh,
that's
here's
it,
the
that's it.
paper, yeah. So that's it.
That's it.
Right
And
there.
the whole entire genetics world has changed.
They cited, how many sources did they cite? Did they have?
Oh, did they cite?
Yeah,
They cited
6.
6. But this was also their original thing.
Yeah.
So,
That
Makes
is so neat.
but yes,
Look at that.
over 10,000 citations.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
Wow.
Alrighty. Any more questions? No? Alright. Well, thank you for coming.